What are you thinking about? Cesar asked while he left the keys on the table, a Viviana that was looking at him right into the eyes, but absent-minded. Viviana, suppressing the curiosity to look around to analyze every detail in the house, hardly stood firm without leaning against the couch, remembered Cesar's hand kind on her back, inviting her to go in. "I'm thinking," she said after a few seconds, "about undoing each button of your jacket, one by one, from the upper to the lower, slowly, going up carefully over the lapels up to the nape, going back to the shoulders level, sliding my hands under the jacket, making it falling down with a slight movement that will bring me a bit closer, almost brushing you with my body, going on from the shoulders to your hands, caressing your arms up to move the jacket away completely. Afterwards, the waistcoat and the tie. The neck button first, the following one next, uncovering your suntan skin, and so on up to the belt, pulling the shirt out and doing the last button, touching your right hand's middle finger with my index, going smoothly through your palm to your waist, undoing the cuff, the same with your left hand, going up along your chest lines up to your neck, almost not touching you, sliding the shirt out of your shoulders, getting a bit closer, uncovering your worked out arms. That's what I'm thinking about. I should say nothing, but it would be quite a lot boring." Cesar looked at her bewildered, holding his heart's excited beating back, trying that his dilated pupils didn't blur the sight completely. He was shy. He had never stopped to think if he was handsome or not. What he saw in the mirror was what he had seen all his life. It had worked for him. He didn't mind much either. Maybe. He liked to look good, not because of the rest, just for himself. Of course, he didn't invite Viviana to his place to talk about the survey, or his doubts about the factory. He had invited her for more personal reasons. He was surprised she agreed because she seemed distant, indifferent. He quite regretted it in the elevator while he stared at her from the corner of his eye, and she seemed to be in a world of her own. He used not to make false movements. She rather let a remote possibility slip by than turn a situation into uncomfortable. But Viviana's answer to a question induced by the nerves made him felt like nobody had done before. He got closer, just a few steps. He slightly opened his arms and smiled, inviting her to proceed. Viviana fixed her gaze on his eyes. She bit her upper lip for a second and covered the 2 steps left. From that close, Cesar could smell her hair. He could almost kiss her. "Cesar, we are leaving," Emma said after 2 knocks on the door. Cesar turned around immediately, agitated, confused. "Boss, we are leaving," Emma repeated, laughing. "You should go too. The painting isn't falling off the wall. You can stare at it tomorrow too." Cesar smiled and waved goodbye, returning the seat to its reflection point. He waited for the door to lock, trying to calm himself down, to rebuild himself. He waited for his heart to beat at a usual rate again. He got up, looked through the window, his people waving goodbye before getting into their cars. He thought that maybe he had done the right thing, and thought that if he hadn't, he would have to face the situation in a way they hadn't a hard time. He thought he had to value them more. He was going to sit down again when he heard the cleaning trolley crashing against his secretary's table. As Emma had said, he'd better go home. In the elevator, his heart revved up again. Opening the door, he made that gesture expecting to invite Viviana to go in. Once inside, he sat down in the couch watching the television without turning it on, feeling like having something without wanting to prepare it, wanting to go back to reality without stopping the dream. Mr. Braulio is calling again, the secretary told him on the phone. This time he said, in a tone I don't consider I had to tolerate, that or he speaks with you now or he comes here and camps in front of your door until you feel like appearing around. Fine, put me with him, Cesar said with tired voice. Take the rest of the day off. The secretary didn't wait for him to repeat it. She deserved it. The paper rolled by the stairs confirmed it. It seemed to her it had coincided in the same day the high point of Mayor's nuisance with the lower point of Cesar's will to work. What's up, Braulio? Cesar asked, telling him to go to the point. Look, there is a pair of things in the agreement I don't see clear, the mayor said. If the four of yours that came to the meeting are not able to explain them, you should better come instead of going to the club, Cesar spat.